That's especially true on the lower end of the income scale, and that's connected to a Medicaid issue, which is that, again, the ACA is originally designed, the theory was Medicaid was going to be there for low income people, so that stretched up to, basically anybody at or just above up to 135% of the poverty line, roughly, was going to get Medicaid. And then above that is when you went into the marketplaces and you dealt with this private insurance market. There are 10 states out there that have not, 11, 10? I think it's 10. Things change so much. 10 states that have not expanded Medicaid. They're almost all in the South, Florida, and they include Florida, Georgia, Texas, some pretty big states. And in those states, there's a sliver of people at the poverty line. You can't between the poverty line and up to 130% of the poverty, 35% of the poverty line. These are people who, if they lived in a Medicaid expansion state, would be eligible for Medicaid. But because they're in Florida or Georgia or Texas, they're not eligible for Medicaid. So they're the people, they've been going into the sort of marketplaces and taking advantage of these subsidies, which are now extremely generous. I mean, in effect, basically, you can, the extra subsidies are kind of sort of quasi like a de facto Medicaid expansion for that sliver of the population. And that's going to be taken away. And you have tons of people in those categories in Florida, Georgia, Texas, which, as you know, income-wise, relative to the rest of the country, those tend to be lower income parts of the country. So these are the places that are more likely to have Republican lawmakers, less likely to have expanded Medicaid, and frankly, more likely in need of some kind of program for those people.